Philippines, in Toronto, in
Eh,
Canada.
wow. Now
Yeah.
you're a rare specimen. How is it that LA or some other American city hasn't gobbled you up by now?
Because I just kind of came out really to the world. Like I've been doing music a very long time since a young age, since a child, but I only started dropping music as of 2019. So to the world, I'm new, but you know what I mean. I got like 30 years experience under my belt, so you
Now,
know.
did I hear you say in a recent conversation with another interviewer that it was singing in church when you would go? Is that right?
Going to church with my grandma.
Yes, with your grandmother.
Yeah,
Yes, I remember that.
that's
I
when I fell
remember
in love
that.
with like instruments. I fell in love with the drums, and then once I got into playing instruments, I got into like recording, DJing, and then like dibbling and dabbling, making beats, and just everything else after that.
Well, it makes sense, Benzito, that if you fell in love with the drums and what you do
Oh,
now,
it's not gonna work. I'm just gonna hold it.
yeah, I think so. Uh, it's got a mind of its own. Um, if I, what I was saying, it makes sense that you would be drawn to the drums and then end up, in this art form of beats. You know what I'm saying? It's all about beats. If I get, if I, and I have to say, your voice is. Now I don't know if you know this or not. I'm a retired opera singer. I trained 25 years to sing opera, and um, it's oddly, the more and more I become more aware of different singers like yourself and their styles and their technique. Listen to it sometimes from a technical point of view. I'm always amazed, just like a good opera singer, a fine singer of opera,
Yeah,
someone in your genre, you can tell right away if it's a natural sound or if it's not natural. That's the best way of putting it. Not to say
yeah,
that they can't sing, but from a technical point of view, I know with one or two other singers that I have worked with and styled. Um, that's what drew me to their art form was the technical. And once I looked at it technically, I then started looking at work like the words, for instance, that you speak in your, I want, just want to love your body and water and all those wonderful songs that you've been putting out lately.
yeah.
And anyway, uh, as a matter of fact, I did catch your conversation last night. I guess it was from someone who was interviewing you from Atlanta, Georgia. Is that correct? Was it
Yeah.
Atlanta? Yeah. And one of the
Yeah.
questions was, when is your birthday? And all you would say is July. You don't know that I was the one who asked that question.
Oh, oh, oh,
so
oh.
I'm going to ask you this question. What is your zodiac sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Okay, good. Good, good, good. Okay, so we got it. So that's for a little later on. That's not the part of the questions I sent you. What would you say, Benzito, was your hardest moment in your life to date?
The hardest? Um,
Even in terms of your art form, not necessarily, your life in general, but more in
the
terms of your art.
hardest. I want to say the hardest thing for me was like accepting asking people for help. I kind of grew up like just kind of do everything on your own. Don't really ask nobody for help. Better to get things done on your own.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that for me, like it took a while for me to be like put my pride aside, put my pride down and be able to be like, hey JP, like I need help to do this. Can you help me do that? Like I wouldn't ask anybody for help. So that was I would say
That
that.
that 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 would be, yeah. I can see where that is because when I guess in one way of looking at it, I mean, maybe this tells something more about me, but when you rely on yourself, you only have yourself to disappoint and be disappointed by, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Do you think that's part of it?
I think it's just like an ego thing. Like I just like always like to be the provider. So if I'm not asking for help, I just don't feel like I'm the provider
Ah,
anymore.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Um, so what was it then that pushed you to make that change and be able to ask for help?
um, excuse me, it definitely opened up more resources. So it wasn't asking for help because like you can't do something or like it means the person is better than you. It just actually opened up more doors and more resources. Like instead of working harder, I was just like working smarter. So instead of
Huh.
not knowing, yeah, instead of not knowing something how to do it and having trouble and then asking for the help, it was just like I rather ask for the help now because it's like instead of trying 10 times, I just asked for the help once. They showed me how to do it once and then I got it.
It's funny you say this. In fact, I just wrote an article, an editorial that I sent out for publication. Hopefully it'll be accepted, but it was all about working smart and working hard. And I do some entrepreneurial mentorship and trying to get across, you can't teach working hard, working smart. You can teach working hard. You can show them what working hard looks like. It's very difficult to show what working smart looks like. I sort of liken it to working smart is all the inner wires and the duct work in a house. You know, it's all the things you can't see, but you need to be necessary to make that house comfortable as a home. And then working hard is all the stuff you do see in a house, you know, the paint and the bricks and the mortar and the design. And when you put those two together, you have a complete package. And working, you know, everybody likes to spend, you know, money on the paint and the wallpaper, so to speak, but nobody wants to spend money on replacing the furnace or you know, rewiring the house, so to speak. And when it comes to a career, I don't think you can afford not to work smart. And I have seen so many young people fail in this area, and they can't, and they get very frustrated because they know how hard they're working. So what does working smart look like for you, Benzito? What does that mean to work smart?
Have fun. If you're not having fun,
That's
if you're not having fun, don't do it.
hey.
For me, I can't work no 9 to 5 job if I'm not having
No,
fun. If I'm miserable going to a 9 to 5 job, I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it. Like
no,
working
no.
smart is,
I
fun.
totally get that. Yeah, absolutely. Um, how do you think I ended up with 5 careers in my life? Because once one wasn't fun anymore, I always had another option waiting for me in the wings, you know, and that's
Yeah.
what I did. Who do we have here? Thanks. Hi, Sean. We were just talking about you. Our friend Sean Myrie has joined us.
Yeah, yo, shout out to everyone who's joining, who's been
Yes,
following
thank you very
on this
much.
journey. Sean, shout out to Gigi Denise. Just shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the artists that I'm working with. Mr. Do, me and him have a song coming.
Oh
So
yeah, I think the world of him. He's just such a, and you know, he's really making some nice strides for himself as well. So who might be some of the people or something that influenced you to swallow your pride? I'm going to use your words, to swallow your pride and reach out. Like, what was it that said, look, I got to make a change here because this isn't working? Was there a
um
particular situation that you recall where?
no, I just seen people around me just like ask for help or people come to me and ask for
Okay.
help. So it's just like if these people that I kind of even look up to coming to me asking me for help, it's just like, you know what I mean? Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on myself.
So that exactly, and maybe it's not asking for help. It's simply sharing of resources. What do you think? Like,
I
I mean,
agree.
obviously, if I mean, I can see where when I was in the classroom, the thing that pleased me the most as a teacher was to learn from my students, um, and that's sort of something similar to what you're saying. It's a sharing of resources. I mean, certainly, you know, when it comes to technical stuff and computers, you know, the younger people have it over me in, you know, they just have so much more knowledge. But um, and I felt I was there, so to speak, to give them direction on how they can be more productive with that knowledge. So how how was that? What was that feeling like of sharing knowledge for the first time, in the sense that you I'm going to use your words, when you first asked for help? Because I think, Benzito, there are a lot of young performers out there who are probably who are now in that same boat as you once were. So what advice would you give them in terms of how to approach swallowing your pride and asking or investigating how to help you propel, or how to help them propel their careers further?
I would just ask yourself, like, do you want to get it done or not? Like, cause like you could try your way many ways, but if it's not working, why are we gonna keep trying again, right? So there has to be an end to the cycle. So, there's a point now where it's just like, just don't look at it like someone's gonna be judging you. Just look at it like you're gonna learn what you need to learn and get it done. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Was
that's
there
just
was there any one person or thing that was in your way or blocked you, or how do you deal with adversity in that? If you're wanting to propel yourself forward in some way and you meet up with an obstacle, how do you deal with that obstacle in terms of your career?
I love a challenge actually. I try to challenge myself, if anything. Like, to be honest, for example, I downloaded, like, I got like 10 beats yesterday, and I like made like 5 songs out of them in that same day, right? So
Wow.
sometimes I'll like even I'll buy a beat that like is really not my type, just so that I could challenge myself, because
Right.
yeah, I like a challenge. So obstacles, like how I deal with obstacles, I just treat it like a puzzle. Like, how am I gonna figure it out? How am I
Right.
gonna figure this puzzle out? I've always been into things like that, like technical things. Like, as a kid, I'll get a brand new toy and take it apart just to put it back together, just to learn how the pieces are. Just
I,
to,
I have a bro- I have two older brothers, and the middle and the first older brother closest to me in age. He's like that, and he's made a whole career. His whole career has been taking things apart and putting them back together again. So he's in the right.
I'm very
Oh,
hands-on person, very hands-on. Um,
yes.
I know like every trade. I could do every trade. I'm just like, yeah, I'm all over the place.
So talk to us about your creative process. You were saying you hinted at it just now about listening to beats. When you go to listen to beats, are you listening? Are you going to listen for something specific, or are you just listening to see what might strike you?
Mm, I let the beat talk to me. I let the beat sing to me. So
Okay.
when I'm looking for a beat, um, if it's not singing to me, if I can't hum the words and it doesn't come to me, I just go straight to the next. Like, I'm very quick. Like I can listen to 20 beats and not like one. Like, I'm very picky. Like, if it doesn't start like right away for me, if it doesn't grasp me right from the beginning, it's just like I just click next, 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 next.
Do
Everyone's like,
you?
you're not even listening to it. I'm like, no. If it doesn't grasp, if it doesn't get my attention from the first like 20 seconds, I don't want it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. I call that the brain heart moment, when the brain knows what the heart feels. It's sort of that intuitiveness of you know it's a good tune and you feel that it's a good tune, and it happens instantaneously. If I have to think ask myself, is that a good tune, then it's not. Or if I'm thinking, what am I feeling here? If I have to ask myself what I'm feeling, then obviously you're feeling not anything
Like,
that's
fun. It's
related
fun
to the
not to
tune.
like think about it too much. It's just like music is like fun. It's fun to me, right? Like, it used to be a hobby, now it's a sport. So it's just like, you know, if I'm not having fun, I'm not gonna want to do it.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, even music to me, it's not a competition. Like, I feel like everyone is talented in their own ways, and you could give all like 10 artists the same beat, but they're all gonna come up with a different track, and that's just like everyone's different creativity process. Like,
Absolutely.
so I'm not trying to come in the game to say, oh, I'm gonna be better than Drake. I could be. There is people that are already out that are better than Drake, but it's not about going back and forth. Let's have a beef about it, a battle about it. I just want to enjoy making my music. You enjoy making your music, and let the music speak for itself.
Now, here's a point of history you may not know. Did you know that I taught Drake grade 8 French?
No, I did not know that.
He didn't mention it to you the last time you were talking. Yeah, I taught him grade 8 French when I retired from opera. I decided I'd go back into the classroom at some point, and the first class I was back he was in the class in grade 8. So that's my connection to Drake. So I taught him everything he knows in grade 8 French. Anyway, so I don't mean to catch you off guard here. Did you come prepared by any chance to play us some tunes tonight?
Did I do what?
Are you able to play us some of your music this evening?
Yeah, I got a little thing set up here. I think I could do a little live performance for you guys.
Yeah, I would love that. And talking about your creative process, where did that tune of "Want Your Body" come from? That's a very, very infectious tune.
Yeah,
and it's almost like
it had to be a female.
What's that?
It had to be a female.
Right.
Yeah, probably just talking to this female, and I think that's how it started.
Right.
The song is probably about a female.
Right. But in terms of because when watching the video, I dance with it because it's that kind of, it really evokes that kind of feeling. Even though you might be speaking about something personal in the sense of through your music, it's really being shared in a way that invites everybody to join in with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Good. Well, I'm gonna turn it over to you so we can listen and maybe just talk about some of the process that you went through in producing this. I'm always amazed. I think if I heard correctly last night, you said your goal is to produce 24 songs.
I have like 800 songs, so my goal is to just drop 24 songs this year. So just like going through all my songs and picking.
Wow.
I want to release.
Okay. Wow.
Let me try to get this.
That's a library. That's a full library you've got. That's amazing.
I've been recording since 2011. So.
Right. But as you said, you really only started dropping songs publicly in 2019. Is that correct?
Yeah.
What was I know you said that it was a hobby and now it's a sport. What prompted you into that change? What prompted you to change that?
Just a lot of people around me. Like as I said, like I just used to like freestyle and make music just for fun, and then people would be like, "Yo, like this is fire! Like you should drop it, you should make it a song." And just a lot of people around me were just like, "Yeah, you should drop it. You should submit your music here. You should submit it to the stations and this and that." So I was just like, if they think it's that good that I should submit it to stations and things like that, I was like, all right. So I just started to drop music 2019, and it's something I am passionate about, and it has nothing to do about being rich and famous. It's just something I'm honestly just passionate about, and I could just I wake up, I could do this in my sleep, first thing I wake up to do, and I come to my home studio and I just work on music. I could do this all day and every day.
I can relate to that as far as my own decision about the kind of operatic career I wanted. I never wanted fame and fortune. I simply wanted to be able to make a really good living full time at what I wanted to do, and I did, and had a good time doing it. And then when it wasn't fun anymore, I decided to do something else. So so I can relate to that the fame and the fortune. If it comes, it comes. but that's not a precursor as to why you would be doing it in the first place. I think, as you said, it's a passion, and that because that's when, you know, be careful what you wish for, because fame and fortune also requires you to maybe sing, to perform when you don't want to, when you don't feel like it, simply because you've now created a situation where you have to, because you've got how many people waiting for you who paid good money to hear you, so to speak.
It's true.
And it becomes an obligation.
Feel like shitty if you got cramps, you're on your period,
Yeah.
whatever it is, like you're hungover. It's like, you know, I mean, that's like $500,000. Like you could be up to $500,000. You know, that show was worth, like, just for all the lighting, tickets, this, that.
Yeah. Yeah. So without any further ado, let's hear some beats. Let's hear some tunes. Ladies and gentlemen, Benzito from the Six.
Check, 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 check. You guys hear the microphone?
Yep.
Let me try something. Girl, you must be an angel, 'cause you're so beautiful. I'm in love with you, but I'm really in love with your body. I'm in love. You guys ready? Let's go. Yeah. I'm in love with your body. Yeah. I'm in love with your body. The way you rock it for me and slow wine for me and dip it down low for me and bring it back up for me. I'm in love with you, baby. I'm in love with your body, baby. Chill, let's go. When I'm with you, I'm staring in your eyes, staring in your eyes. Yeah. When I'm with you, I'm gripping your thighs, gripping your thighs. Yeah. Love it when you wine for me. Slow wine, dip it down slowly. Then you bring it back up for me. I said I'm in love. Sing it with me. Listen up there. I'm in love. Let's go. I'm in love with your body. Yeah. I'm in love with your body, baby. The way you rock it to me, and so on me, and tip it down low for me, and bring it back up to me. I'm in love with you, baby. I'm in love with your body, baby. Yeah. Your hips, your thighs, your legs, your eyes, your lips, your body got me hypnotized. I'm in love
with your body.
With your body. Yeah, I'm in love with your body. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, your body's out now on our platform. Go run that up.
Wow. Yeah, it's so infectious. You just want to move to it, and I'm really glad I listened to the interview from last night, because I learned a lot about you. And what I learned, maybe you could share with the listeners, that how you do your videos. They're so effective, and some of them I understand you produce all by yourself.
Yeah, like from back in the days, I've been always even shooting my own videos, editing my own videos, directing my own videos. So now I took the workload a little bit off of me. So now I do have someone who shoot it and edits it. But I do all the directing. I'm always hands-on with everything I do, like down to mixing my own songs. Like I write my own songs. I don't have a ghostwriter. I don't do that. Yeah, like, and I never went to music school. I never ever like had any type of training in that way, like to engineer, mix songs. I just learned that on my own. I never went to DJ school. I used to DJ. I didn't go to beat school. I didn't do none of that. I just learned everything on my own. So yeah.
Yeah, that's it's really quite amazing what a passion will teach you, or what you will learn from your passions. Like you just said, being your own sound mixer, being your own director, being your, it's sort of like what a one-stop shop. You become a one-stop shop. And when you say, when people would say, you're the whole package, part of that is that you have taken the time not only to work hard at your craft, again, but to work smart at your craft, which is learning all the other parts that go into making you look good. And then understanding, that it will be technical difficulties that will hold you up. And you'll be more understanding of that, because you know that to be factual based on your experience.
Yeah, and plus, like, in any industry, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, music, whatever, games, arts, whatever you want to do, there's always the scammers. There's always the people who try to take advantage of you when you're fresh and new into the game. There's always those people. So, that's actually what encouraged me to do it on my own, because the recording, I never had a mic and all that stuff to record. So I did go to a studio once, and like the studio kind of like screwed me over pretty much. Like, I didn't get the product, but they took the money, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what encouraged me to go buy the mic. And this is the same mic I have since this is my first mic I ever bought, and I still have it today, and I still make all my hits right now on this mic.
Wow.
Like right here.
Good investment, I'd say.
Yep, $100 I paid for it. $100 I paid for this mic.
Well,
and it's probably discontinued now because it's old, right? People spend $1,200 on a mic.
Oh, I know.
$100 on a mic, but that's not gonna make you sound good, baby. I'm sorry.
No.
You can spend all you want on a mic. But, you know what I mean? You gotta talk the talk.
It's funny you say that, because there have been people in the past. It's reported that Ricky Nelson, who was a very popular singer back in the 60s, he could never tour because he could only sing in the studios, because they had to manipulate his voice electronically. So he could never tour because he could never sound like that live. You know what I'm saying? So you think, well, what's the point?
Have that type of sound like Travis Scott. Like, we want to talk about rap. Like, Travis Scott has this auto tune, like, to an extreme, like, where it's like his own kind of sound. Like, I don't think he has any songs without the auto tune sound like that. So it is, sometimes it becomes a artist character, you could say.
Right.
Like, yeah. So like, even this year, like, I do use a lot of auto tune, but I do have a lot of songs dropping that don't have auto tune. I'm not sure if I have auto tune on Your Body. There might not be no auto tune on that one, but
right.
Yeah.
And is that your call?
Oh yeah, this is all me. Like, there's no label. I'm independent. I'm my own boss. I'm my own CEO.
Okay.
And honestly, it's perfect. Like when I started to get into the music, I actually had like a group. I had a little label, and I had artists and things like that. And once again, like, I just like doing me right now, like just focusing on me. I don't gotta worry about nobody else and all of that. So, who's spamming? Someone in the comments saying something about spamming.
So you mentioned earlier, about when you were younger, and again, that it was more like a hobby, and because that's a real commitment. So what is a key lesson? Because you said you didn't study music formally, and you're self-taught, and I think you said you didn't have a singing lesson and all of that. So what lesson would you advise your younger self? What would you tell your younger self, knowing what you know today?
The younger me, the only thing I would have changed was just drop music. Like, seriously, back then, like.
Okay. So you would have made the transition from hobby to sport a lot sooner. Is that right?
Yeah, a lot sooner. Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. But do you feel
now, because I feel like like it's so oversaturated now. Like there's a lot of artists out right now. Like every day there's a new artist. So
Yeah.
I had did my thing a little bit back then, I would have probably been like OG style like Jake right now.
Right.
So
Now, and it may have been, I don't know which discussion or conversation I heard, but you actually had a lot of your opportunities sort of bookshelf by COVID, because I think you were supposed to be in Europe at one point, were you not?
no, I still went. It was just the only thing COVID stopped me with the music was the shows. Like I was looking
Okay.
forward to jumping in a crowd or something, like, you know what I
Right.
mean? And I don't even think, like, is that ever gonna happen? Are we gonna be allowed to even jump in crowds because there's COVID and all that? So it's just
Right.
like that's the only thing, like, that I didn't get to really experience this whole music journey.
So uh, I know you've said that it's your passion, and you've always sort of acknowledged that. But what's the no turning back? What convinced you to become more serious about this, to really go for it, to really allow yourself to blossom?
It comes back to me no matter what. I could do music, take a break for 2 years, come back, no matter what. It just always like it's just always there. Like I never stopped. I may not have put it out publicly, but the music has never stopped with me. Like I've
Okay.
just always been working on music. It's never stopped for me. Like I may not record. The longest I've gone without recording, maybe, mm, maybe a month.
Okay.
But like
And all that time. Wow.
yeah, that's only a month. Like to me, only a month. Like I
Right.
plan on taking like a break soon. Like my goal is like by next year, like to drop enough content. Like my goal is to drop 24, but to be honest, at the rate I'm going at, I'm already going over that number. So um yeah, so I'm gonna be dropping a lot of content this year. So by next year, I'm probably gonna be taking my break and working on like an album to drop for the next year.
This is exciting, Benzito. Wow. Congratulations. This is
Yeah.
great. I look forward to hearing it. I really do.
So what
What
we're in
what's
21,
so
2024.
yeah. Wow. Um, any other songs that you might have to we can listen to even?
Oh yeah.
Good. Let's do it.
You know what? Let's do one of the fans' favorite. We'll do fans' favorite. If you're in the chat and you are familiar with my music, comment right now which song you would like to just see me
Hey, good stuff.
right now. So this is the fans' favorite. Let's give what the fans want.
Yes.
Your favorite Benzito track. Yeah, who's that? Jules Giuliano. What's good?
I don't know. Anyway,
Anyways, yeah.
um,
We'll just give him a minute to comment.
I want to know where you got that Bentley in your video. The
Mercedes
car.
Benz.
What's that?
Which Bentley?
There's a Bentley that's featured in one of your videos. I think it's
So I have a Maserati. I have a Mercedes
I,
Benz.
yes.
Benz.
No, it's a Bentley because it's got the B on the. I think it's a Bentley. Anyway, I'm the beautiful car. I'm just wondering where you were able to get that, because it's a beautiful car. and I like your style. I really do. You've got a very relaxed style. It suits what you're doing and the groove that you're in, and it's to a T.
All right. Looks like we got on my own. I'm gonna go with on my own because that's one of
Okay, and then I see water up there as well.
Yeah.
Great, let's go for it.
I'll do everything myself here. So, let's go. All right. Give me 2 minutes here. I just gotta go to one of these YouTube ads while I play the song.
Oh, sure. No, go for it. Listen, I meant to message you earlier about the possibility of this, and I'm just thrilled that you can do it.
Yeah, like it was like a last minute. I'm like, you know what? Let me just set it up just in case.
Yeah, no, I should have said something earlier.
I haven't like really sang nothing on live in a while, so.
All on my own, yeah. Yeah, all on my own. Let's go. Yeah. All on my own, I do the song. Do the song. Do the song. All on my own, all on my own, all on my own, I do the song. Oh. All on my own, I do the song. Oh. All on my own, I do the song. All on my own, I do the song. Yeah, all on my own, all on my own, do the song. Oh, all on my own, I do the song. Oh, riding in a coupe, that's a spaceship, just me and the cashier. Yeah. I don't need no friends, I'm chasing a bag, yeah. Trying to get to the bitches, trying to get it kids, yeah. Remember they used to diss me, now they all love me. Girls wanna kiss me, I gotta get money. Did it on my own, never asked for a hand. Let's go. Did it on my own, never asked for a handout. All on my own, I do the song. All on my own, I do the song. All on my own, I do the song. All on my own, all on my own, all on my own, I do the song. Oh, all on my own, I do the song. Oh, all on my own, I do the song. 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 Yeah, all on my own, I do the song. Oh, came in alone, so I'm leaving alone. Chasing the bag and I do it alone. Too much fake things, yeah, showing fake love. Rather do this shit all by myself. I don't ask for help, I do it all alone. Riding in a coupe and I'm riding so low. Making these plays and I'm making double up. This is on my own, they can't tell me nothing. When I pull up a star, this is on my own. Gotta get it up, gotta make it to the top. When I pull up a star, this is on my own. Gotta get it up, yeah, let's go. I did this shit all on my own, I do the song. All on my own, I do the song. All on my own, I do the song. All on my own, all on my own, all on my own, I do the song. Oh, all on my own, I do the song. Oh, all on my own, I do the song. All on my own, I do the song. All on my own, I do the song. All on my own, all on my own, all on my own, I do the song. Oh, all on my own, I do the song. Oh.
Wow. Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you want to give them another one? I think we want to give them water.
Yes, let's give them water.
They mentioned water. And water is one of my new releases. There's a new video I just dropped right now out. Link is in my bio. Go hit the link in my bio. I just dropped a brand new music video and Your Body music videos out. And I'm about to drop another one if you guys run up the ones I have out right now. So go hit the link in my bio and go crazy. Share it, comment, like, subscribe. You know what it is. Your girl Benzito. We turning up. It's Thursday, but it feels like Friday. And
yeah.
I'm here with JP. If you're just coming in the chat, you know what I mean? You know, what else? Push to start. I'll play that. Maybe in the end, I'll play that. Having a little technical difficulties on my end, but I'm just trying something new. This is not like my normal setup, how I do a live performance. So this is more just like just kicking it.
Hey, no.
It happened.
Are you getting feedback from? Are you getting any feedback? No, I guess not.
No.
I just could hear my voice.
Well, someone, the line's not playing. There we go.
That's much better.
Dems on me, they big rocks. Shawty want you to go kick rocks. Water on me like Fiji. She wanna be my Kiki, but I already got Fifi. Hopping on the jet ski, cause I drip with water. Cause I drip with water. Water on my neck, yeah. Water on my wrist, yeah. Water on my bitch, yeah. Tell her I'm up next, yeah. I just do the dash, yeah. Then I count the cash, yeah. Then I bring it back, yeah. Put it in the stash, yeah. I get a bag a day. I can't be lazy. I gotta get the dough. That's all I know. Mama ain't raised no fool. I gotta get the cash. I get it fast, yeah. And I spend it fast, yeah. But I make it back, yeah. Shawty look back, yeah. When I hit it from the back, yeah, 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 yeah. Diamonds on me, they big rocks. Shawty wanna chill, go kick rocks. I got time to kick up. I'll be chasing that damn guap, guap, chasing guap. I can never stop. Diamonds on me, yeah, they some big rocks. I ain't got time to chill cause I be on the clock. Ooh. I did that acapella for you guys instead because I had troubles, getting the song playing. I'm not sure why it's giving me problems. Doesn't want to play, so.
Well, I'll let you work on that. And in the meantime, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to get you to say yes or no as to whether or not you believe this Zodiac book is describing who you are as a Cancer. Crabby by name, perhaps, but not by nature, your protective shell conceals a tender inner self. Yes or no?
About my zodiac sign?
Yeah, your zodiac sign. Yeah, I'm talking. I've got a book here that I'm reading from, and it's talking about your zodiac sign, and so I'm going to make a statement about Cancers, and you tell me if you agree or not that describes you.
Okay.
Okay, so it says here, crabby by name, but perhaps, but not by nature, your protective shell hides a tender inner self. Yes or no?
Yes.
It is the same with your emotions.
Sorry?
It's the same with your emotions. That you have a tender inner self with your emotions.
Yes.
Well, the way you describe picking beats, that's all emotion, That's all about getting down and dirty with the emotions. On the surface, you may appear inflexible, even dogmatic at times. However, you are compassionate and intuitive by nature. Yeah. You are a deeply emotional sign governed by the ever-changing moon. Do you feel that you're being somehow guided?
I'm a moon child. Hell yeah. Come on now. Come
on. Good. You like mood music, candlelight, ocean views, and moonstones.
A little bit, not all of those.
Okay. You don't like excessive noise and commotion, insensitivity of any kind, disloyalty, and insecurity. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. That's just a little fun I was having. I always like to do this with my guests because it's uncanny sometimes how these descriptions of the zodiac signs can really
nail it.
Yeah, nail it. Yeah, well, you said you're a moon child. You know, yeah, exactly. You know, you're a child of the moon.
Yeah. Like I can read my horoscope and it's like it's point on day for day. Point on. Like whenever I actually need some guidance, like I'm trying to make a decision in life and it's like I can't really figure it out for myself. And it's not a decision where I could ask somebody to make for me.
Right.
I read my horoscope and my horoscope always guides me and always just helps me out in those type of situations.
Yes. And my sort of litmus test is to really ask my brain and my heart what's going on with that particular decision, and if I can come up with some kind of decision based on a brain heart moment, so to speak, when my brain knows what my heart feels. I think that's excuse me. Pardon me. I think that's a pardon me?
Smoking that gas over there or what?
No. I suffer from allergies. And so tell us, we've got a few minutes left. Tell us about your vision for the future.
My vision?
Yeah, for the future. What do you see in your future, in the near future? Aside from 24 songs.
Plaques. My goal right now is just to like receive some plaques. I want to go gold. I want to go platinum. I want plaques. I want to stream. I want millions of fans just to hear my music. Like before all the mansions and all that crazy shit, I just want a plaque on my wall. Like
right.
That's what I want. Yeah. Like I don't even care for the Grammys and awards and shit. I just want plaques. I just want to know like, you know, like my song is being heard worldwide. Like I don't want to just be known in just Canada or in just this country. I just want to be known everywhere, and I just want everybody to rock with my music. I just want everybody to feel feel the vibes, like just like feel my music. I like, you know, when we listen to a song that like even when you're sad and you could cry to, or just like it's just like you could listen to it like 10 times a day. Like I just want my song to be like that to people.
Yeah.
Like I want people to be like, yo, like I listen to your song like 5 times a day. This song, like I love this song, like, and I do have that now, and I'm so appreciative of it because like I know it's like it's the start to where I'm about to end, like where I want to be, you know.
Well, I'm gonna go out. I'm going to make a prediction, a bit of a prediction, to say that you know, that I think you're going to realize all those goals, Benzito, because you've got a believer in me for sure. I find technically your voice is so melodic to listen to, and the way you use it technically, it's very effective in communicating the story that you're telling. You know, and you know, someone once said that art is a type of confession, that you are putting yourself out there, confessing to, letting people know your vulnerability through your music and through your art form. I'd have to agree with that. That's what I feel. You want people to feel. You want people to listen to your work, and I think it's because of the genuine sound that you produce and the relatable stories that you tell to your audience, and just the production values. I mean, it's all there. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I think you're gonna do it, girl. You're gonna.
Well, when am I gonna hit the goals by?
I don't know yet. I don't make those predictions, you know. But you know, we talked about it earlier, and then we're going to end on this note, and that is, you know, you're working smart and you're working hard. That's a combination that can never fail you. I'd like to thank you, Benzito. I know the time has gone quickly. And I'd like to thank you for coming on Artists Like Me here at the Academy of Enlightenment. Again, where the faithfully fashionable come to learn. Without faith in yourself, and girl, you better have faith in yourself because you deserve it.
That's me.
You know, there's no chance to have
everybody
without style.
In this chat, give yourself a pat on the back because every day we're all doing something amazing.
Hey, thank you.
We don't give ourselves like enough appreciation. Like, we talk about self-care, self-love, so we don't give ourselves even a pat on the back. Like, just do that every day you wake up. Just give yourself a pat on the back.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Amen. Thank you very much. We'll talk soon. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.